Well, we knew coming into this game it was going to be just a competitive game. That's just how they always seem to be in conference play, and especially when a team's playing for their lives. And we just went in there. We talked. It was tied at halftime. We just talked about we got to be the more aggressive team. We just got to come out and play harder and compete. And that's what we started doing in the second half. And I think that's why we were able to maintain the lead almost through the whole second half. Is just we were just being more aggressive. We were making plays that just helped us keep the lead.
Coach Rose, if you could, an opening statement on the win tonight.
Well, I'm really proud. I'm proud of our players. It was a hard-fought game. I thought both teams played really well. Offensively in the first half, both teams seemed to it was really aggressive, real physical game. But it came down to where we were able to make a play or two more at the end. Not very often for us that we go 5 minutes and 38 seconds at the end of a game without a field goal and figure out a way to win. So a lot of credit goes to San Diego. They were really good defensively. I thought that they not only had us scouted but executed really well, made it tough to catch, made it tough in the post. But like I said, I'm proud of my guys. We got a win. It was a really big win for our team.
Brock, can you talk about the matchup with Gonzaga tomorrow night?
We're excited. I think we need to get home and get some rest, but we're excited to come out and play with them, and we love playing with them. I think it's a big thing that they have some great players, and we're excited to try and get back that win. The loss that we had last time. We'll get the scout in, I think tonight or tomorrow morning. So ready to play tomorrow.
Coach Rose, can you also talk about the matchup against Gonzaga?
Well, I think it's, like Brock said, it's exciting. I think it's really exciting for the fans. I think that, a year and a half ago when, the WCC invited us, allowed us to come in the league, that these are the games that everybody anticipated. And I'm glad we're able to have an opportunity to play. They got great tradition, great history. They have been the juggernaut in this tournament. And so we'll do our best to see what we can do tomorrow.
Okay, first questions for the student athletes. If you could raise your hand and call on, name and affiliation. Jason?
Noah, Jason French on the Provo Daily Herald. Your knee, did you get what you thought you'd be able to do tonight out of that? Did you surprise yourself at all?
Coming in, I knew it wasn't going to be 100%. But the trainers, the doctors did a great job of just helping me, rehab and to get it stronger. And I felt able to come out and really produce. It started to feel better as the game went on, with the adrenaline and just, getting more blood flow in it. I think it took a little while to get adjusted to playing again, but hopefully, it just keeps improving.
You were able to hold Johnny D to just 9 points after his 30-point performance last night. How were you able to make it tough for him to make those shots?
I think a lot of credit goes to, he's an amazing player, but a lot of credit goes to Charles. He's an amazing defender. Most matchups when we play games, he's on their best wing player. So it's we're always conscious of him because we know he can shoot the ball, gets the ball out of his hand pretty quick, and so we're just conscious of him. He's a great player, and Charles and even Anson did a great job on him today.
Any further questions for the student athlete?
My name is Chris Yang from KSL.com. I just wanted your thoughts on turnovers. They're a little high tonight, especially from up top. Does that concern you at all coming into Gonzaga tomorrow night?
That's something we got to limit. And we just got to take better control of the ball. And San Diego's, they're a good defense team. They like to get into you and they like to pressure you. And, when they get the steal, they like to, run it out in transition. But, that's something, we just got to take care of the ball and find ways to win.
Anything further for the student athlete?
Yeah, Michael Squires, Las Vegas Sun. Noah, what's it like to be back in Las Vegas, to be on a neutral court? Does that make any difference to you?
I don't know if it's making a difference. It was a close game throughout. So, but, it's fun coming back here. We got a great fan base, and, and it seems like, just coming back because, to be in the Mountain West past 3 years, we're always coming to Vegas, we pretty much stay in the same hotel, so we're just used to it, and, it feels good, playing on this court because I played it here before a couple of years ago, and, it's a great venue and great place.
Jason, last question for the student athletes.
Noah, Matt threw that bounce pass to you on the inbounds play. Could you describe that play? I mean, was that a good cut and made you feel good on that leg? Or
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of our play. They guarded it pretty well, and then I just saw an opening, and it felt good making that just adjustment because been playing the game a while, and wasn't really thinking about the knee at that point, and I just felt more comfortable out there.
Student athletes are excused. Thank you. Questions for Coach Rose?
Jason Shepard, KSL. Before the game, did you think the productivity that you got out of it was possible?
Actually, we did. This kid is as tough as any player I've ever been around. And I think that his preparation for this game, with so many eyes on him and so much attention, I mean, I probably was asked, close to 50 times this week if Noah would play, and if he would play, how would he play? And I hoped he would play, and I knew that if there was any way possible that he would try and play, just like he did the other night at Gonzaga, and it didn't work out for him. But today in shoot-around is when I actually got excited about what he could do, because he was moving around pretty good. He had a whole different energy in his step. And our shoot-around today was a little more physical than we usually do, because we had two guys I kind of wanted to see. I wanted to see Steven and Noah. But Noah's history, when he's challenged, especially with an injury, has been really good if you go back and look at it. And tonight he was special. I mean, we couldn't have got this done without him.
Steve?
A year ago, Brandon Davis was not playing in tournament basketball. Tonight, he comes in and does a great job giving your team a lift early in the second half. Can you just talk about why he was able to perform at a high level in a pressure situation when he was not accustomed to doing it?
He's played a lot of games. If you look at the four players that kind of had the most positive stats tonight, it's our four returning guys. The first time guys are the ones where it was a little bit of a struggle for them, because this is different. This is a whole new experience, and I think that Brandon and Noah and Charles and Brock are guys who have been through a lot of tournament games, and maybe in a different role, but they know what their role is this year on this team, because we're 31 games into this thing. So told Brandon at halftime that he was going to have to play more than 10 minutes in the second half for us to get a win, because he got two quick fouls, and he produced. I mean, I think that you go through a season and you go through so many challenges, so many games, so many close games, so many ways to try to win a game at the end, and I have a lot of confidence in these guys that they can get it done. And tonight they were, it was different. Like I'm saying, I don't think we've been through this where we didn't get a field goal the last 5:38 and still was able to come through and win a game. That's a little bit different for us. So you want to be able to put your game plan in, execute it, and have it go exactly how you want it to go, and then you win the game. But sometimes as a coaching staff, you're a little maybe more impressed with your guys when you do it a little bit different than the way you've done it before, because winning's important to these guys.
Jeremy's KSTU. Coach, Noah touched on this, the fans here. New tournament, new conference, but you're used to being in Vegas, so are your fans. How much of a difference does that make here?
They were great. I think that's one of the things that's exciting, about our players. They get excited about coming to Vegas because they know the fans follow them here. There's a lot of BYU fans here in Vegas, but then BYU fans from all over like to kind of flock to Vegas and follow their team. And so I'm glad we were able to get a win tonight so we can play tomorrow and see how we do tomorrow.
Andrew Geddes, ESPN Center. What kind of role do you expect to see out of Stephen Rogers? What kind of production do you expect from him throughout this tournament? How's he working his way back?
The thing with Stephen that's really difficult is he wants to play, and we want to play him because he's a really good player, but he hasn't really played since December 15th. And that's a tough assignment for a guy. And he wanted to dress tonight, and it's a good thing he did, because we got into early foul trouble in the first half, and we needed another guy. But that's probably what I would bet his role will be, a guy who can maybe spell someone who's tired, or maybe give us some minutes when we get in foul trouble, until he gets some more time in practice, where he can put multiple practices together and get a feel.
Last question for Coach Rose. Jason, Jim?
Dave, as far as being able to play, was that more of a strategic bump as far as maybe mixing up San Diego a little bit, or more of a psychological bump for you guys that were capable of?
No, Jason, he couldn't practice, and he finally today felt good enough to where he'd give it a try, and there's no gamesmanship in injury.
No, but I mean, as far as that had to give the guys a little more confidence there.
Our guys got confident this afternoon when we went through our shoot-around, and I told them that Noah was going to dress. But for all week, we were kind of fighting some real mental issues with our team, because everybody, you don't want to lose your leading scorer when you're going into a tournament that you want to win. So I was happy that our guys today could actually look like themselves at shoot-around, feel like themselves, and then we got some good minutes out of him, and then he was terrific as far as how he executed.
Coach, thank you.
Well, I thought it was a good game. I think it was an entertaining game for the fans to watch. I thought both teams competed really hard. It was unfortunate someone had to lose that one. We had a few careless turnovers down the stretch that I think really hurt us. But I'm really proud of my team, how they competed and battled, and I think this group has come so far from the start of the year. The way we finished the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season, I think they learned how to compete. They learned how to battle. That BYU out-rebounded us probably by an average of 16, 17 than 2 games before, and for us to get a push on the glass, I think that showed a lot of growth in our group.
Christopher, your thoughts on the keys to the game tonight?
First of all, hats off to BYU. They're a great team, and I feel like we came out with a little more intensity this game than we have in the past, and we just came out with the hunger and tried to really win this game. And I felt like Coach said, we had key turnovers towards the end, but we actually rebounded pretty well and got up into them. I felt that got them knocked off their feet a little bit. But they made a lot of threes, and they had some tough shots. But yeah.
Questions for Coach or Christopher? Again, if you could raise your hand and name and affiliation.
Brian Shapiro, CBS Radio. Chris, talk a little bit about the final possession. You guys have the ball 30 seconds ago. It seemed like you guys struggled to find a shot there in that last possession. Just take us through that sequence.
Well, the play was to give me a top ball screen, and then they actually were switching everybody, so that kind of knocked us off guard. And then they tried me in the corner, and I was just trying to swing the ball and find an open man. And then I swung it. I thought our big guy was going to swing it one more time because Johnny was up in the corner, and fortunately he shot it. But it was, good shot. He's a great three-point shooter. Missed it. End of the game.
Any further questions?
You led in steals for your team, and BYU obviously struggled as a result of some turnovers. Can you just talk about how you're able to execute those steals?
I just try to read all the defenders and all BYU, and I felt like I used my speed pretty well and anticipate passes. And I just laned out a little bit, gambled a little bit, and got some steals.
Anything further?
Jason Shepard, KSL coach.
Did you anticipate Hartsock playing and playing as much as he did tonight prior to the game?
Yeah, I anticipated him playing. I've said this both times we've played him. I think he is the heart and soul of that team. I think he's, without question. And I knew he was going to do everything he could to be on the floor. I didn't know how bad the injury was. I know he didn't play very much in Spokane, and they held him out at Portland. And I figured if they held him out for a week, and if he had any chance to go, he would. And he's a warrior. That's why he's an all-league player and has had such a great career there. He's just a very, very tough competitor.
Anything further? Thank you.